Hello, thank you for joining me today again. And yeah, let's dive into the tutorial. So today I will share with you the part 3 of the tutorial, which is placing a 3D object. The kind of plane that we did from last tutorial. So you can see by putting a code and then also slot in some prefab, you can get the effect, which means that you use your phone, scan the floor, and you use your finger tap on the trackable plane. Then a 3D prefab will show on top of it. And later on, for next one, I will show you how to do some interactions with the 3D object you create. So yeah, we will see how it goes, but I think it's pretty interesting to see. Start from at the beginning, we learn how to do iOS setup, and then we learn how to use kind of like tracking the floor. Then today I'm going to teach you how to create kind of tab to create spawning a 3D object. Okay, let's dive in. Last time we did AR session origin and AR session. So AR session origin, it has an AR camera attached to it. So last time we only have AR session origin and AR plane manager. Now we need to add AR cast manager to it. So we can have some rays shooting from the screen, from the touching point, and should detect the floor that we just kind of create. Because last tutorial, we were talking about how to detect horizontal floor plane, right? And now we are about to shooting rays to detect those planes. And then raycast is another script which allows us to tap and then place a 3D object. Okay, so later on I will step by step dive into the detail part, but now I just want to talk about the overall concept. So AR Raycast Managers is a function that allows a class that allows the screen shooting bunch of rays to detect the floor, the plane, right? So this we need to enable it. So later on we can use our fingers to do the touch point and then shooting rays. And the first time the ray shoot, then that place, that position we want to spam the 3D object. So that's the goal. And raycast is the script that we are going to create. I've already put a lot of commenting each lines. So you can see first, we need to create a prefab. Later on, we will slide in, and I've already downloaded a bunch of interesting prefab. You can also create your own prefab. And then we need to create a Boolean, which detects whether this is the first time to spam. And the third one is that we need to create AR casting manager, which kind of like help us to make some ray casting managers, kind of like enable AR ray casting. And then the hits, we need to make sure that each casting, we will have hits, the hitting point. And then at the beginning, we need to make sure that the default is false. We just want to double make sure it's false. And then later on, we will add component. We will find a component of this game object. So we just make sure this AR casting manager can be found. Just double make sure so it will detect at the beginning. And then later on, every single frame, we need to code once per frame, right? So every single frame, we want to make sure that every time when it detects, there's a touch point, the first one, right? and it will start trigger the prefab, and then we turn, it's smile, it's true. So if you see this is false, and this is false, false. So it becomes not false means it's true. So if we turn it, it is true, then you become false the second time. So this just enable to make sure that the first time, then we spiral, and second time we disable it, because if you see the code, it's pretty much okay. So this prefab already be there, and we are recording the first time position. So the second time, it will just still remains the first time position, because we only have the first time position variable. Okay, so that's start a new thing. And then, okay, so let me share with you some interesting prefab. This prefab is very cool. I download from Unity script. So you can definitely kind of find some interesting 3D object. And later on, we will thread all the 3D object together and see if we can create some interesting interactions between all the 3D objects. Okay, so that's I mean. Okay, so if you are XReality Academy members, you can go to AR Foundation Unity Basic course, and all the source code and all the files will be there, and also this full-length videos will be there. Yeah, so you can always refer to the original file. And now I'm going to use another new one and create another one. Okay, let's dive in. Okay. So the first thing, we need to dive into AR session origin and create AR cast manager. Okay, so this one is the first step. And the second one is that we are going to create another script called raycast. But since I already have one, so I will do probably a dash in the front, raycast. Okay, new script. Okay, so new script, and I will put, okay, put to new script. And go to script. Raycast. Yeah, okay. So I put on a demo. So demo one is the one that I will